Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Windham with Windham Studio. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you this morning as well. We've all been thrilled with the turnout and the interest that your community has in enhancing these amenities for the future of Barefoot. I'm going to speak a little bit about the pool amenities and how we're kind of enhancing that for you within this new design. There were a couple objectives that you did an extensive survey, which was, again, great input as to what you'd like to see. And we tried to work in a lot of different elements. Some had to be eliminated based on just simply how much room we had to work with to give you a gracious, active pool, functioning pool area, and kind of kept that the priority. So things like bocce, horseshoes, there are many items that were considered but simply couldn't fit. So I'll just walk through it. One of the big objectives was to increase your lounging area, your capacity for people to sit poolside, and I believe you have around 10 lounge chairs at the current pool now. We've increased that, doubled that pretty much, 20 plus now. I think you had a couple of maybe 2 tables. We've increased that to 3, plus additional shaded cabana space. We've concentrated kind of a double row of lounging just outside of the covered lanai space that John was describing to you. We feel there's going to be a nice relationship between spending time covered, where there's a summer kitchen and gathering space in the shade, and ample sunning poolside lounging space immediately adjacent. The pool deck itself, let me talk a little bit about the pool. That was another thing. The pool was a little bit small, not very functional as far as, say, active use. And some of the thoughts were maybe a pool that would be used for exercise. Could be like water aerobics type element, laps for exercising and swimming, as well as kind of hangout space for just lounging in the pool and relaxing. So the pool accommodates about a 75-foot long pool at this time. We have a lap space shown for, again, swimming and exercise. We're hoping to provide 2 lap spaces depending on the overall final width of the pool and how it lays into the space. We feel that we can accommodate the 2. There's a swim out seat that runs along the western edge so that you can sit in the water and relax all the way along the length of the pool. And we've designed it to be center deep. And deep meaning not very deep, but the deepest point of the pool is in the center with steps on either end. So that you have kind of increased, just relaxed hangout area on the ends. And conducive just to active kind of wading and just spending time in the pool. The eastern edge of the pool would have lounging space with foxtail palms above, kind of little nooks where chairs can be placed. The western edge is where we proposed kind of resort cabanas. There's a rendering in the back of the room if you all get a chance later in the meeting or when we're adjourning, if you want to go just take a look. It kind of gives you a depiction of what that is. Kind of like the canvas structures with the drapes on them. And those could be programmed any way you want. It could be a group of seating, like a love seat and chairs kind of arrangement. Could be tables. Whatever you as a user on that particular day would want to use them for. So it really greatly increases your shaded use space, which was another one of the objectives. John's really increased your lanai covered area under the building, but now we have a few structures out there as well. A few other highlights: we've incorporated a spa at the southwest corner that's gracious in size for groups. We've also incorporated a small fire pit area that is also very close and adjacent to the lanai space. So when you're entertaining, having an evening event, the fire pit is in close proximity for kind of nice flow and use in the evening. We've incorporated the pool equipment on the east. It'll be walled and concealed, but we're kind of using that as a detail element maybe putting Confederate jasmine, doing a nice detail on that wall, turning something that's very utility into something attractive and elegant. As far as planting, it's simple. There'll be a heavy buffer along the east side, adjacent to Barefoot Beach Boulevard, consisting of green buttonwood, silver buttonwood trees, which are a little smaller stature native trees that are strong in a coastal setting. They'll provide the edge to the road, but not get enormous over time. The feature palms, as I mentioned before, were foxtail palms, both along the eastern edge and western edge of the project. And they have presence, kind of like a small royal palm, but they don't get the size and stature of a royal palm. So again, we're taking an effort to provide the required elements, but not get so enormous that they become a height issue. That's kind of the general strategy with the planting around the project.